Hey everybody. So every morning when we put on tefillin, we say a blessing, putting the tefillin on the arm. We say another one when we put the tefillin on the head. And then we take the straps and we wrap them around our fingers 3 times. And every time we wrap it around, we say a phrase that begins, Ve'erastich li, I betroth you to me. We call upon the motif of marriage. Our connection to God is as close as the relationship between a man and a wife. And this is something that shows up oftentimes in Jewish tradition. Jewish tradition says that when the Jewish people accepted the Torah at Sinai, it was like a chuppah. We sing Shir HaShirim, the Song of Songs, which is a love song between a man and a woman, which is a reflection of the relationship between God and the Jewish people. And so we come back to this in a very meaningful way every morning when we betroth God, so to speak, under the chuppah. And there's 3 phrases that are said. Ve'erastich li la'olam, I betroth you to me la'olam forever. Ve'erastich li b'tzedek u'v'mishpat u'v'chesed u'v'rachamim, I betroth you to me with righteousness and justice, with kindness and mercy. And finally, ve'erastich li be'emunah, I betroth you to me be'emunah, in faithfulness, with faith. So what are these 3 things and what are they getting at? In a certain sense, they're like stages. The first thing, any marriage to be successful has to be la'olam. There has to be a commitment that this is forever. You have to start off with that. If you don't start off with that, no chance. Unfortunately, you sometimes hear of these cases of couples that got divorced, and sometimes they'll even say, I wasn't even sure under the chuppah. Not a good sign. There's got to be that commitment, la'olam. It's got to start off, this is forever. Got to start with that. That's stage 1. And then the next one is during the relationship. And this is kind of like A and B in a certain sense. You need 2 important qualities. You need tzedek u'mishpat. You have to have righteousness, justice. There has to be morality. You have to have integrity and honesty and decency in a relationship, in any relationship between us and God, between a husband and wife, any relationship. But there also has to be chesed v'rachamim, kindness and mercy. There has to be a sensitivity. There has to be not just I'm right and this is the right thing to do. There's looking over things. There's giving someone the benefit of the doubt. There's accepting there is imperfections over here. And so that's the balance between tzedek, mishpat, righteousness, justice on the one hand, that there has to be a strong sense of doing what's right and morality. But on the other side, there has to be a kindness, a sensitivity, a mercy of letting things slide, if you will, as well. The balance between those 2. And finally, the 3rd stage is ve'erastich li be'emunah, I betroth you to me with faithfulness. Emunah is not just blind faith. That's not what we're talking about. Emunah is like a trust in God, a trust in each other. Because let's face it, all relationships have their rocky points. They have their ups and they have their downs. And it's during those tough times you have to have emunah. You have to have faithfulness in each other, in the system, in the Almighty. And so you have to have that feeling of, even though we're hitting a hard time over here, I still have emunah. I still have a faithfulness that this is going to be good. We'll get through this and it'll be stronger. Those are the 3 stages. You have to start off with a total commitment. There has to be a sense of morality and justice balanced with kindness and mercy. And finally, there has to be emunah, a faithfulness. And then we end off by saying, V'yadata et Hashem, and that way you'll know God. And the word yodea always implies a very, very intimate connection between 2 parties. This is how relationships are created, by those 3 stages. It's forever, righteousness coupled with mercy and kindness, followed by emunah, a sense that we're going to get through whatever difficulties we're going to have and believe in each other and believe in the Almighty. Have a good Shabbat.